Hey guys, just went to a Scream unseen, which means it was a horror movie, but before it was released into the public, I got to see it with my Odeon membership, and that's one of the benefits of having the Odeon membership. You get the opportunity every now and then to see a film before it gets released into the public. So today's film was called Undertone. I don't even think I've seen a trailer to this, so I absolutely was going fully in blind in this film. Now, this film was pretty good. It was not like a violent film by any means. There was no like proper deaths or anything like that. Not in this sort of film. It's more how it made you feel, the noises, everything, the music and everything. It really was a good film, but it all was taking place in one building. So basically, this film was two people doing a podcast about different spirits, proofs, and stuff like that. The woman was a complete negative to it entirety. She completely tried to rule it out, every single thing, no matter how many proven things were given. She didn't want to believe any of it until it was too late. Now, they got an anonymous email from an unknown source, which is weirdly enough. And they got these 10 voice clips, which at the first the guy said it had a virus, but he thought, why not, let's just do it anyway. Now, it mainly focused on these voice clips of this couple, but mainly focused on the woman who was at first sleep talking, weird nursery rhymes, but backwards, mainly it's like from devils and stuff and spirits and stuff like that. But more and more the voice tones went on, more voice clips keep going. It got more and more twisted and stuff, to the point that you could hear the guy who's doing the co-host of the podcast getting more uncomfortable. You know, he didn't want to continue it. She sort of pressured him to doing it because she just thought it was a hoax. She thought it was a joke. It was nothing serious. But more and more intense keeps happening during the listening through it. I will say though, even though she was an absolute idiot for continuing every single voice clip, she was trying to look after her sick mother as well, so I do feel bad for her in that regard. However, more and more voice clips came on, and you could tell he was getting more and more uncomfortable, and she was basically trying to laugh it off. Now, after they were on to the 9th and the 10th voice tones. Now, like I said, once they got to the 9th and 10th voice tones, they invited newer people, they invited people to call in to experience. And one of them said both of the people, they knew them, they're both dead now. A lot of weird things happened during each voice tones. It was really weird, really strange. It was just, I don't know. I saw a lot of people feeling really uncomfortable during this film. It had me on edge, which was really cool. It wasn't like a gory film. It wasn't a slasher. It was sort of a supernatural sort of Mayday. I don't know. But once they've listened to the 9th clip, which was really short, then once they were listening to the 10th one, you hear this voice saying, basically, you've welcomed the devil, you've welcomed the spirit, you've welcomed it in. It comes through the 10th voice tone. So it's a lot of intensity, a lot of how it makes you feel sort of film. I don't know if I would necessarily have gone to see this film voluntarily. I don't know if it would have been the sort of film that I would go out of my way to see, but it was fun. It was enjoyable. It was intense. It was different, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But after listening to all of them, and all these lights keep flickering, this random face was on the TV just smiling, which was pure red as well. And she goes upstairs, and her mum, I think, was going to run at her, but then the screen went black, but you could hear her crying. You hear babies crying, so there's a lot of hearing babies crying and sacrifices and stuff like that during the tones. But yeah, this film was definitely up there with weirdness, but it was also a decent film. So if you like the sound of this sort of film, I'll put the trailer in the description, and um, once this film gets released into the public, let me know what you think to it. So I'll probably give it like maybe a 5 out of 10, maybe 4.5, 5 out of 10 around that time. But yeah, it was different and it was sort of fun. So Undertone in cinemas near you, go and check it out and let me know what you think. So like always, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell for future videos, and don't forget to let me know what you think once you get the opportunity to see this film. And yeah, peace, take care.